Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't believe I'm already coming back at you with another monthly favorite. The summer is gone. School starts in like a little over a week. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know where my life's going, but I think everybody says that. And I think everybody feels that, truly feels that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in with my July favorites because I have a lot to talk about and I don't want this to be like a 45-minute video. So let's start with skincare this time. So I have some skincare, some makeup, and a couple of randoms. The first skincare kind of collection that I'm going to talk about is one that I wanted to talk about last month's favorites because I have been using it for 2 months now, but it did not launch until July 9th. And I've done a whole separate video on my other channel about this, so I'm not going to talk about it a ton. If you're interested, I highly encourage you to go check out that video, or you can request to be a part of my monthly newsletter for Beautycounter and Clean Beauty, and I will send you the one that I just sent out yesterday to all of my clients because it goes over this whole line. But it basically is the brand new Countertime line from Beautycounter. This is their new anti-aging skincare line. They don't use retinol. It's one of the ingredients on their never list because of the fact that it can make you sun sensitive and it can be irritating to a lot of people. And so they came up with a combination of what they call their Retinatural complex, which is a combination of bakuchiol, which I'm seeing that more on the market lately. Like Herbivore has a bakuchiol oil out or serum. I've seen it a lot more lately, but bakuchiol is a plant extract that has been shown to show the same effects as retinol without the harmful side effects like the irritation and the sun sensitivity. So they combined bakuchiol with a Swiss Alpine rose extract to make their Retinatural complex. So I'll tell you real quick what's in the line. And again, if you want more information, either let me know for the newsletter or go check out that video. But this is the Lipid Defense Cleansing Oil. All of it is in this like really pretty frosted pink glass packaging too, which I absolutely adore. The Mineral Boost Hydrating Essence, which is so nice. The Essence step is back in my life. The Tripeptide Radiance Serum. The Antioxidant Safe Cream, which this is what I use in the morning. And I will be doing like an AM and PM updated skincare routine, incorporating all these because I truly have incorporated all 6 of these products in my skincare routine the past couple of months. The Ultra Renewal Eye Cream and the Tetrapeptide Supreme Cream, which is what I use at night. So truly has been a favorite these past 2 months. Now another favorite that I have been absolutely loving, and this is new to me this month, and this is from Eminence Organic Skincare, which is an absolute favorite brand. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. I have my esthetician, Amber, who a lot of y'all have seen on this channel before. She loves Eminence, and this is the Stone Crop Mask. So it comes in just very basic packaging, which I'm not mad at. But this is the actual mask. So it's like almost a jelly consistency. And it looks green, but it's because of all the flakes of things that it has in there. Because when you put it on your face, it's really like a very light green, almost clear. But it does have flakes of like plant pieces in that. And apparently the stone crop is like a succulent plant with lots of benefits for the skin as well. And I'm smelling this because it smells so good. It's so fresh. But anyways, it's supposed to be a very hydrating and comforting mask. So if your skin's kind of inflamed or if it's doing something you don't really want it to do, this is a great mask for that. And she said it's safe to use every night. So I did use it like 3 nights in a row this past week. And it's a nice experience. It smells good. It feels good. And my skin does look really nice and calmed afterwards. So I have been loving that as well. Now let's go ahead and get into makeup. I don't have okay. I'm going to say I don't have a ton. I'm going to show you 6 foundations, but hear me out. These have been combos because y'all know I love mixology with my foundations and my concealers, and that's all I've been doing this past month is mixing my foundation. So I have 3 combos, and this is basically all that I have worn in the past month. I wanted to share them all with you. The first is 2 stick foundations. The Tom Ford Traceless Foundation Stick, which y'all know I love, with the Westman Atelier Vital Stick Foundation, which I don't dislike per se, but it's also not my like absolute favorite stick foundation out there. In fact, it got the lowest spot on my stick foundation video. How many times can I say stick foundation? So I thought, I'm not going to waste this. This was like $70 almost. I think it was like $68. So I'm going to mix it with something of the same formula, meaning like the same consistency, being a stick, but one that I know I love. So I started mixing these two. Match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. They work so well together. They look so good on the skin. So I wore that like the first third of the month. The second third of the month, I used the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. Again, y'all know how much I love this. This is in the color Ginger. And I would put that on my finger. I would put that on my fingers and I would apply it with my fingers, which is really one of the ways that I like to apply it most. It's a very cooling gel. It's like a hydrating gel. They don't even market it as a foundation or a cream. So just apply it all over my face with my fingers. And then if I needed a little bit more coverage on my redness, I would go and top it off with my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue stick, which y'all also know that I love. But it was very summer appropriate for me to just put a light layer of this as my main base and then go over it only where needed with this. It's a great way to not overdo your complexion, still have a very lightweight base, but get the coverage that you need. So I am in Ginger in this as well. So I'm in Ginger in both. Loved that. Very like dewy and just gorgeous on the skin. And to keep my combination going, the third third of the month, I used what I have on my skin today. And that is the Beautycounter Tint Skin Hydrating Foundation and the Jane Iredale Glow Time Full Coverage Mineral BB Cream. So I have this again on my face today. I did use this in a Get Ready With Me that I just posted a few days ago on my other channel. It's lovely. This is the color BB8 and this is the color Linen. So typically I will wear sand in this, but this is just a tad darker. I mean, it can work for me on its own right now, but I went down a color in Linen to mix it. And again, it's just the perfect coverage, the perfect finish. It's gorgeous. I love this. I'm going out of town on, well, you don't know what day this is. I'm going out of town for 6 days in 4 days, and I believe this will be the only foundation that I pack because it lasts all day on me. It looks really good. It doesn't settle into fine lines. I've really been enjoying this. So that was pretty quick for 6 foundations, right? All right, I should have probably talked about this beforehand. I talked about foundations, but this is actually a primer. This was sent to me by First Day Beauty and Atelier, and it's the Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. I had heard Lisa D1 talk about how much she loved this primer, and I had been wanting to try it since it came out. It's not very old, like I think it just launched recently, but this is the primer I have underneath this foundation combination, and I want to tell you, if you have dry to dehydrated to even normal skin, this primer is amazing. It does not sit on the skin in a weird way. I don't even find that it moves like my skincare around. It's just a nice addition to that, but it's very hydrating. It really does plump up the skin and it works well under all foundations that I have tried it with. So far I'm loving this, not to mention that First Day Beauty is an awesome brand that does not like include really gross stuff into its products, and this does not have an added synthetic fragrance. However, it smells divine. So I have really been loving that. And then this one was also sent to me by Atelier by Givenchy. This is a concealer and it's the Tint Couture Everwear Concealer. Now, if you have paid attention or if you watched a couple of videos where I talked about the foundation within this line, the Everwear foundation, I did not like it. It did not work on me at all. It oxidized, it patched off. It just looked like a hot mess. And I gave it a good run. I just could not get it to work. This, however, I really like. I am not going to say it trumps my YSL Chanel combo because at the minute, nothing does. But it is good. And it's much better on me than the foundation. So it is, I would say, like a good medium to full coverage. Probably more medium, but I use a color corrector, so I don't find that's an issue. This is the color 20. That's the color 20. And it doesn't crease. It lays nicely. It's not drying. It is more of like a matte finish, which I don't typically go for, but I don't find that it's drying. And because it doesn't crease, it doesn't like emphasize anything, which is good. So I've actually been liking this. So I wanted to give a shout out to it because I know I kind of was not the nicest about the foundation. So I did want to mention the concealer. Now, the only other makeup product that's left that I have been using consistently, and when I say consistently, I mean, I don't think I've picked up another bronzer in the past 14 days. And this is the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer. This is not a new product. This is not their newest bronzer. I did a whole video on their new pressed bronzers in Faux Tan and Warmth. This is the Invisible Bronzer. So it's more of that like baked formula where you can really go in and like you get the product, don't get me wrong, but the reason I think they call it invisible is because you can't mess this bronzer up. It truly is such a beautiful, blendable, gorgeous bronzer. This is in the color Tan, which is like the third or fourth darkest color in the line, and you wouldn't think that I would wear that. I like to be very bronzy, and I find with this color or with this formula, because you can build it up so nicely and it is a little sheer upon first application, I needed a darker color to get the color that I wanted. And I love this color because it's not warm in any sense of the word, but it's not cool to where it's gray. It's that perfect like neutral / pinky undertone to lean towards a true natural tan. I love this bronzer. Again, it will be the only bronzer that I pack when I go out of town. I can't get enough of it. And I have been using it with my large accent brush from Osmosis, which I know I have talked about in another favorites, but I think this works the best with this bronzer as far as picking it up out of the pan, as far as applying it, as far as diffusing it as it applies it. Really and truly, this has been the match made in heaven for me this month when it comes to bronzer. Now, let's talk about a couple of random things. One thing is a pair of shoes and one thing is really random, so I'll leave that to the end. But the pair of shoes I want to talk about is another pair of Rothys. If you have not heard me talk about Rothys, I love Rothys. I have a code down there that gets you like $20 off your first pair. I've talked about them in many of favorites before. I had 3 pair before I bought this pair, and they are basically all flats. And you can get like a rounded toe flat, you can get a pointed toe flat, you can get a sneaker, you can get a loafer, and they even have kids shoes. But the wonderful part about Rothys is even their flats feel like tennis shoes to me. I'm not going to say they have a ton of arch support. So if you're somebody that needs like a lot of arch support, you're either going to have to put an insert in or just not get them. I don't have that issue. Like I don't need that, but they are so comfortable. It's all I wear when I work a wedding. I will stand up for 6 or 7 hours at a time, never sitting down, and it is all that I will wear. They are so comfortable. So I had only had the flats. I have 2 ballet flats and 1 pointed toe. So I decided that I was going to get a sneaker. So this is the, let me see what it's called. The Salt Honeycomb sneaker. So you can see right here. So the reason they call it honeycomb, and I'm hoping that I can get it to focus here, but it's got that like honeycomb weave in it. And this is the salt color. So it's basically like a white color, but the weave of the honeycomb is like a tan. So, oh my goodness. I love these. They look kind of clunky right here, but I have a big foot. I wear a size 8. And these look so good with, they really look good with dresses, honestly. Like a cute little sundress with a sneaker, I think is so cute. But they also look really good with skinny jeans. They're not too clunky, but they're so comfortable. And they're so comfortable. And Rothys are made out of plastic water bottles, recycled plastic water bottles, which I think is so cool. So I just wanted to share my newest pair of Rothys. I think every time I get a new pair, I will end up sharing them, and they will be in a favorites because I love them all. And then finally, I saved the kind of most TMI for last. I am going to tell y'all it's a period product. So if for some reason you're uncomfortable with that, even though we either all have a period, all have had a period, all know someone who has a period, it's nature. Some people get weirded out by it. I am not one of those people, and I will talk openly and freely about it. But if you are, you might want to check out this video right now. Thank y'all for watching. If not, I'm going to tell you about this product called the Sckoon Cup. I'm not going to show you mine because I do think that's kind of weird. I'm going to put a picture up for you to look at, but it's basically a menstrual cup. And I know there's been a lot of videos going around lately by bigger YouTubers about menstrual cups. I got this like, I don't know, probably 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and it took me like a whole month to even be like, okay, I'm actually going to brave this out. And trust me, like, I get that it's unnerving. Like, I still to this day will talk to my friends about it, and they're like, never, ever, ever. And I get that, but I'm telling you, as cliche as it can sound, it has changed my period life. I have not tried any other than the Sckoon Cup, so I'm just going to tell you that that's the one that I've tried. I don't know how it compares to other ones. I'm thinking about getting other ones to do a comparison, but this is so awesome. It is so good. Once you get across that learning curve and you figure out how to use it, it's like you change it twice a day. When I was in Florida, I was on my period, which you never want to be on your period when you're on vacation. But oh my goodness, it was like I wasn't. It was like I wasn't because of this. It was so nice. So I just wanted to let y'all know, if you don't know about menstrual cups, I will link it down below so you can look at the product. If you are someone who's interested in it, I mean, I could even do a whole video on it if y'all wanted to, especially once I get other ones to kind of compare. But if like the majority of my audience is weirded out by that, I definitely don't have to. But I did want to bring this to your attention because I was on that kick of trying to find like organic tampons and organic panty liners and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, it's still waste. You know, I know that a lot of the organic ones will biodegrade, but it's still waste. So what can I do? What can I find that I'm not producing more waste and that doesn't have any like toxic shock syndrome warnings on the side of the box, which just totally creeps me out. And this is what I found, and I absolutely love it. So I would be remiss not to bring it to y'all as a favorite because it truly is a favorite. So we'll link everything down below. If you have like a favorite menstrual cup and are not embarrassed to share that down in the comments, please do. Because like I said, I am going to, I think, get some other ones to compare. So that rounds out my July favorites. I hope you all enjoyed this video and got some good ideas. I will link everything down in the description bar as well as everything I have on my face today. As always, y'all let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And as always, I hope y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.